Hey everyone, this is Kunal and today I have a very exciting unboxing. This is the Apex Warrior 7x7. So it's a GE Warrior that's been core magnetized and set up by the Cubeology, and I'm extremely excited to get into this. Yay, I didn't rip it. Okay, so here's the cube. It comes with the instructions manual. I already know how to solve the cube. And here it is. So let's get straight into first turns. Okay, wow. So the outer layers are super nice, which was also the case with the Warrior. Okay, so the second layers are slightly stronger magnets, and okay, the third layers are definitely the slowest. So, on big cubes, that's kind of exactly how you want it to be. You want the layers to get slower as they go further inwards. And one problem that I've faced with a lot of modern 7x7s is that the outer layers have been a bit slower than the second layers, and so the second layers kind of stick along with them as you're trying to do your alps, which can lead to a lot of misturns. I don't seem to be getting that on this cube. Like, the outer layers seem to be moving on their own pretty well. The second layers are actually where I get a lot of lockups, but they seem to be really fluid on this cube. Wow. And then the third layers, let's just try a couple of parity alks. Of course, I need to get used to the cube a little bit, but it seems to be going pretty well. Just a side note, I really did enjoy the stock Warrior 7x7, but the biggest problem I had with it was that it was just a little bit too light, a little bit too glidey, and I think core magnets are definitely very necessary for this cube to compete with any of the bigger names out there like the Alfu WRM or the Alfu V5. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the turning of this cube. The feel is super nice. That's something I liked about the original Warrior as well. But the core magnets definitely do make a big difference. So now talking about the specs of the cube a little bit, which I think are going to be important. The edge length is 62.5 millimeters, so I believe it's only 0.5 millimeters bigger than the Alfu V5. But one thing I like is that the layers are a little bit more proportional. On the V5, the inners are very thin, which, even though I really liked the size of that out of the box, it was causing a lot of misturns for my, thicker fingers while doing yaw centers. The proportions on this definitely seem a little bit more uniform. It still has slightly thicker outer layers, which I like, because it's going to allow for a fluid 3x3 stage, but the inners are not so thin that I think they would cause misturns. I'll definitely need to try some sols to test that out, but yeah, overall I'm really excited to test this cube out a little bit more and get back to you guys with a final review. Hey everyone, so I've spent about a week with the Apex Warrior 7x7, and I've got to say I'm pretty confident that it is my new main. I don't do much 7x7 anymore, but I'm going to put up a screenshot of one of my latest sessions with this cube, and despite being out of practice, I'm actually getting super nice times on this cube. I'm able to turn extremely confidently on it with, really no issues. I think the biggest thing is that I'm able to turn on this cube super confidently, especially during yaw centers, which have, historically always been my weakest step, but they seem to go pretty nicely on this cube. And I'm really enjoying the light weight of it as well. I think I forgot to mention the weight earlier. Hitesh told me that even with the core magnets, it's only about 150 grams. So it is the lightest core magnetic 7x7 on the market. And, for once I got a 7x7 that I can do like super long sessions on without really getting tired. And yeah, I really love this cube. And I mean, especially for the price, I'm going to say that it's a no-brainer to get this cube. It is the cheapest core magnetic 7x7 out on the market. And in my opinion, it is absolutely up there with the top tier flagships. So if you're on the market for a new 7x7, or you're on a slightly tight budget but you want a very high-end cube, this is the one to get. A huge thanks to the Cubeology for sending this cube to me, and I look forward to debuting it at some competitions that I have in December and January. If you guys have any questions about this cube, definitely do leave a comment and I'll be more than happy to address your queries. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.